Archie, welcome. How are you?
Thanks, Mike. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. How's everything?
Everything's fine.
This is
routine week.
Yeah, it is. You're getting used to this, man. I tell you something. It's amazing. Year after year, having a son in the Super Bowl is not a bad thing, huh?
Well, we feel very, very fortunate, very blessed, but never gets old.
No, never gets old. And this one is fascinating because of the tie with you to the Saints. I mean, I know. Listen, I know who you're rooting for. I mean, listen. I mean, I have 3 kids. I mean, I have 2 boys, so I know who you're rooting for.
That's not hard.
That's not hard. That's easy. But you are the Saints. I mean, I'm old enough to remember you are the Saints.
Well, it doesn't take away from the fact that we're just extremely proud of the Saints and very excited for the Saints. Excited for our city. We've got 39 years invested in New Orleans. I was a player there for 12 years, involved in things like you do, radio and TV for years. But just live there, raise my family there. And everybody knows what kind of city New Orleans is. I think most people in their visits there have had a good time in New Orleans through the years.
And you are New Orleans. To America,
well, they've been so good to me.
They
have been so good to me and my family down there. I'm going to tell you, they pull for the Saints, but I'm going to tell you, most people down there, they pull for Peyton, they pull for Eli when they're playing. So it's been a wonderful 39 years there. But this is it's good for our city. Everybody knows what we went through 4 years ago, and for New Orleans to get this kind of recognition, this kind of publicity, it's going to help because we still need people to come back. You know what it's like in the convention.
So it's
business.
not complete, huh, down there?
No, we're not back. But the thing that is back is hotels, restaurant, and convention facilities. So we're ready for people to come.
Good. So people are ready for New Orleans. And listen, no one ever has a bad time in New Orleans. New Orleans, if you polled the media and asked them where they like to go, New Orleans is always first because you have the best restaurants and you're so well set up to handle a big mass of people.
It's exciting. What in 13 we're going to have a Super Bowl back there.
Yeah, it's great. I love New Orleans.
And then Indianapolis is back there. You know, this has got to be unprecedented. This weekend, all the hotels in New Orleans are just about full.
Really?
People are coming to New Orleans to watch the game
and then Mardi Gras
and then party.
Yeah, absolutely. And interestingly, you even have ties to where, I mean, Drew Brees even consulted with you when he came to New Orleans,
well,
right?
I met Drew when he was in high school, when he was at Purdue. I mean, he used to hang around the Colts dressing room out there, and Peyton and he were friends. And he came to New Orleans, and he's just got a sweet wife, Brittany, and my oldest son, Cooper, and his wife, Ellen, are good friends with them.
Amazing.
They do things
it's almost
socially.
like part of the family.
Well, Brittany and Olivia go to an exercise class together, and his mother-in-law.
It's like a family game this week.
Yeah, so New Orleans is not that big a town, and we've all been involved in recovery and in charitable work in post-Katrina, and Drew has just done all the Saints have. These guys have rolled up their sleeves and been involved in a lot of projects throughout.
I'm old enough to remember this. I think some of the audience is, and they've heard. I mean, you were a great quarterback, a legendary quarterback who struggled on a bad team. But you were a great player, so you know great quarterback play. Watching your son play against the Jets, who came in and they were, they thought they were breathing fire, and they were all bent up and ready to go. And he put on one of the great shows in the postseason anybody's ever seen. What did you think watching that second half? I mean, I don't know if a quarterback could play better than he played that game.
We were very proud, and I tell you, I don't really before games talk a lot of X's and O's with Peyton. I just don't do that, and I don't even say, hey, how good are they, or how tough is this going to be, and everything. But I knew it, and I knew he was wrapped up in a lot of preparation, getting ready for a Rex Ryan team. He's had to do it 5 or 6 times through the years going against Baltimore, and it's a full day's work to get ready. But the other thing that kind of scared me is this Jets team, had momentum going.
They had momentum.
I mean, you can't say enough
and
about what they did.
Guy too.
Oh my goodness!
Revis is
he's fantastic.
I've never seen anybody better, Archie. I watch him week to week. The guy is scary.
No, he's the best. He's the best in the league.
He shuts down everybody.
Right now. He shuts them down, and that team to go out to San Diego and knock off San Diego, who is hot, and to do it out there. I mean, they still got to be sick out there. They got to be sick.
I just interviewed Gates, and he was like, they can't get over it out there. Yeah.
Well, the Colts have had that kind of disappointment a time or two, where you finish the season so strong, you get that week off, and then somebody comes in there and whips you. That's football. But the Jets, you can't say enough about them. And then they started the game, they got 2 sacks on Peyton.
Early on, Harris both times,
down
which I thought maybe.
17-6, so
but then his play before the half really took the air out of their sails. And I thought after that moment from the drive right before the half, Collie right down the field, I thought from there on, he played maybe as good a game as I've ever seen a guy play in a big spot in my whole life.
Because you earn everything you get against those people. And I tell you, you got to take your hat off to like Kylie and especially Pierre Garçon for
amazing,
a first-year player to go in there and make those kind of plays in that situation. I know Peyton was sure proud of those guys.
No question. We're talking with Archie Manning, and you know it's got to be amazing to watch this career unfold because listen, you were a guy that was a contemporary of great quarterbacks. You know the legends of John Unitas. You played contemporary with Roger Staubach and great quarterbacks. Kenny State, go down the line, great players. I mean, Peyton has now taken his rightful place among the greatest players of all time.
Well, that's just a wonderful compliment to our family. I know Peyton, we don't talk about that, but I know it makes him proud because, Mike, I think it's hard to ever say who's the greatest quarterback,
sure.
Who's this, that, because, you play in different eras, different rules.
And you've seen them all. You saw Unitas, you saw Montana, and you were a contemporary, and you were a star quarterback in your own right. You were a great quarterback. So I had a guy tell me once the only difference between Roger Staubach and you was that you didn't go to the Cowboys.